What's going on, everybody? I was hoping to make this. I spoke while I made this video, but you can't really hear me, and their audio was going. There's just a bunch of noise, and I held the phone too close to me, and it kind of. So to make it somewhat better, as good as they could be, I decided to just do a voiceover about the Craftsman. It's basically like an introduction from me, anyway, of the Craftsman line at Lowe's. Right here, I'm looking at the beloved Apex, which is Aaron's, which is Gravely, if you're wondering. A mower that I really like. I don't know why I showed it. I just did it again because I wanted to. They got another one this year, so I was just going to show it. But this is short-lived. Don't worry. Right there's the Husqvarna's new display. They're getting their own cubby. See it right there? All right, and bam, there's the first one, the ride tractor. MTD makes all of theirs for them, if I'm not mistaken. I know AYP has, Husqvarna's kicked in, and they've Craftsman don't make anything. They get other companies to make stuff for them. Right there is basically the new Cub Cadet, but better looking. I thought I liked the Cub better, but I like that one. I mean, it needs a fabricated deck, and I'm not a homeowner purchaser. I do commercial lawn care. If anybody's new here, I'm not interested in this. I just love all things lawn care related. It's a passion and a hobby. I'm not a snob. I don't have to say, oh, it's residential, it's junk, because I hate when people does that. But right there's a new Briggs, and it's a non-choke. But here in a minute I will show you that technically it has a choke. See, it ain't called an auto choke. Do y'all know what an auto choke is? I'll have to show you in another video. Or Google auto choke. That's the push mowers and stuff that choke. Just watch it. But this one, it don't have no choke, but it does, because when it's under 32 or 32 degrees or something, I'll show you here in just a minute. You push it all the way forward and you can feel it close, the flap and the carve. So it has a little hitch on it. The tubing's the little. Wait a minute, here we go to the console. Let's see if I show that right there. What's the temperature on it? 32 degrees. So it does technically have a choke, even though the engine says no choke, because that's the only thing it could do on a carbureted engine. I could feel it kicking the choke, the flap and the carb. Now, that is if it has a traditional setup on it. I haven't opened up or looked online to what Briggs has done. And there's another one of the ride tractors. Husqvarna makes them, and they put these big, giant, awesome fabricated decks. Even Cub Cadet has them with. I don't know why Craftsman. I guess I know it's to keep the price down, but if you're gonna spend $3,000 on a tractor, I think it should come with a freaking fabricated deck. I'm sorry, because $3,000 is a lot of money to people with most people for just a lawnmower. I mean, some people will use it for other things. I know that one right there is $2,000. But that's a lot of money for some people, and a little bit of fabricated deck, they could still get it in that ballpark. But they gotta have that fancy name on it. And they have to slap that made in the USA with global materials. They learned that from DeWalt. Oh, which I forgot what I was saying. I'm trying to think what I was going to say. Right here is the prices. These are $2,500 one. I don't know if it has there. Remember, this is early, so I'm going to show you everything that I see that's Craftsman labeled. By the way, if you're still here, Stanley Black and Decker, that owns DeWalt and all these other brands, Porter Cable and stuff, bought Craftsman off Sears because it's just a name, and then they put it into Lowe's now, and I don't know if Lowe's gets an exclusive or not, but if you noticed the new trimmer setup you're getting ready to see and everything, there is no more Troy-Bilt. MTD owns Troy-Bilt and Cub Cadet and Boland's and what's that other brand? They own a few more. So Lowe's has replaced their Troy-Bilt with Craftsman, which is the same exact mower. MTD makes both of them, Cub Cadet and that one. So the name on the red paint got changed from Troy-Bilt to Craftsman. But don't even sweat it, it's the same stuff. But you gotta admit that they're cool looking. I mean, I'm an old school Craftsman fan when, they used to be a very high end company. I'm not hating on them. I mean, it's kind of sad that they've never made anything. So you're buying a name literally. People say you're buying a name. If you buy a Craftsman, you're just buying a name because they don't own factories or anything. They have a name. It's sad. And then here we made it to the push mowers. They have one to the left right there with a Honda engine on it. And just like, the other MTDs, those are Troy-Bilt push mowers right there. Make no mistake. Best thing about MTD that I've ever seen is how good they make push mowers for cheap. $200 or $300 push mower. I bought one years ago. That thing's still good. With the Briggs, they got the lockdown on push mowers. If they would just make commercial grade, because Cub Cadet and MTD, they're getting into the commercial with walk behinds and zero turns, and they're starting a whole division. And look at these ugly, sorry about that, ugly little push mowers. Good old lithium. I'm not a fan of lithium because of how they mine it in overseas. It's very cruel. So that's another topic. Let's go to more. I'm not a fan of that. I could see a hedge trimmer. Maybe I would like it. I don't know. What do I know anyway? I've just got a stance on. I'm old school, I guess. But I'm showing you, they just set all this up. And again, if you notice, there's an absence of Troy-Bilt. And you're going to see a Craftsman chainsaw here in a minute too, a gas one. But right there, those are Troy-Bilts. The 4 strokes and the 2 strokes. They still even got that little, see right there behind it? They've even got that little starter that you stick on the back of it like other MTD brands to crank it. I mean, if you really, Husqvarna. I get distracted because I talk about Husqvarna a lot. Why Craftsman put their name on the cheapest cheap? Why didn't they get Husqvarna, Steel? Well, I know why Steel wouldn't do it. Or Echo or somebody to make their products. Or MTD is one of the largest companies. They can afford to make better product. The only thing I've ever had good MTD is the push mowers. They make good push mowers. They really do. Because they're nothing to them. And look here. We got us a little backpack. That's new to me. I don't remember seeing a Troy-Bilt backpack looking like that. Kind of looks like a Husqvarna 150 BT to me. It probably ain't, but kind of, because Troy-Bilt had that real funky looking backpack, and Poland, which is Husqvarna's brand, has one that could be a Poland. In essence, it would be a Husqvarna as well, just a very low end. Here's your little useless tillers that bounce off the ground. I don't know why anybody, but I'd rather have the weed eater ones that goes on the combi system. There's a big old rear tine tiller. See, that's good stuff right there. MTD knows how to make tillers too. My buddy's got one kind of looks like that one. A little bit more higher end, but that thing I dig. Right there's a hedge trimmer. Battery, of course. They're still putting stuff in here, so I don't know if they got pressure washers from Craftsman. The chainsaw's what boggled me, the MTD chainsaw, because I've got, anybody that watches my channel knows I'm obsessed with weed eaters, string trimmers. But I've got a thing for chainsaws, like almost as bad. Almost, but not as much. And then they got a gas one. They haven't got it on display yet. So there's a pole saw 20 volts. Like I said, I don't even remember what I recorded in this video. So I'm just speaking over it. There's the, let's see the gas one. Nobody, that's the freaking battery. And here's the gas one. I forgot what CC it was. It's an odd number, ain't it? 46 or something. 46. Okay. It's got a little magnesium on the front there. Chinesium, probably. It's probably not magnesium. Chinesium from NTD. And then there's my favorite. Look at that bias. Look at that bias! No, if you're buying Husqvarna, Steel, or Echo chainsaws, you're buying good stuff. Because I've got one of each brand. I prefer Husqvarna. Don't tell nobody. And right there's that new 120 from Husqvarna. I don't know if it replaced the 240 or not. I'm still wanting to know. And there's some chains, and then I walk over, I think they're pressure washers, and then I show a little bit, and then that's it. And I'm going to end this video, but this is the rundown of the Craftsman stuff at Lowe's. I'll make a video about it later. What do y'all think? I like the Craftsman Zero Turn there better than I like the Cub Cadet one. I think they did a better job on the frame of the Craftsman as they did the... Yeah, I'm out of time. I'm going to keep it short. I'm not adding no more than 11 minutes. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace.